Hi guys, it's Tris here. This is Double O'Neill. I hope you've enjoyed previous episodes so far, but this is another one to add to them. This is, let's call it a how-to video, but I don't really know how to do this. So it's ballasting the track, and it seems simple enough. I've watched tons of YouTube videos which are purely on how to ballast, and various ones talk about using IPA and all the different things that you can use, but I kept it simple because I couldn't find any IPA. And I got myself some ballast from Gauge Master. I mixed up some water and PVA 50/50, which I'll be talking about again in a minute when you see the video of me doing it. Then I got a sprayer off eBay for not a lot, and mixed some fairy with some water to help break the surface tension. And then I've got my dropper. Let's empty that a little bit. And again, I've got a pack of like 100 of these off eBay. So I've got plenty of these for life doing the railways. So really pleased with that. I hope you enjoy the process. I come up into the loft to enjoy myself, relax, and I enjoy watching YouTube videos about model railways as well because I find that very relaxing. So hopefully this helps some of you. I'm not an expert at this. This is my first time doing it, and I hope that if it's some of your first times doing it, then I hope it helps you. But I'll see you on the next episode. It'll be more of this again. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. I'm looking forward to building up more and more of this area, so then I can then start working on the other areas. But there's no point in rushing any of this. We're doing this because it's relaxing and enjoyable. So there's no point to try and get to the end. So have a watch, see what you think, and see you soon. Okay, so I'm going to have a go at ballasting. I have my granite ballast from Wooden Scenics. No, Gauge Master actually. It's from Gauge Master. And I've read lots of things about it. I couldn't find any IPA, isopropyl alcohol. But I read that if you mix water with fairy liquid, it works quite nicely. And then I have some 50/50 mix of water and PVA glue. Again, with a tiny bit of PVA fairy liquid to help stop it, I guess, globulating, allow it to kind of cut in, which would be cool. And yeah, so from what I understand, I've got to put the ballast on. I've got a little box tool to help with that, but I was talking to my brother, he's like, you don't need that. So you just need a brush to kind of tap it down in the right places and work it, and yeah, let's go with that. I'm looking forward to it. I've got the bits that I've sprayed with Sleeper Grime by Rail Match. I've used a can of that up here. Don't forget to wear a mask. And yeah, let's have a go, see how it looks. It'd be nice to start doing that, because then I can start painting the brown base layers, work out what I'm going to do with the rest of it, and add some static grass and have some fun. So I'll crack on. Like I said, I've got my dropper, which will be doing my PVA dropping. I've got my sprayer, which will spray on first, that will soak in, and we'll go from there and see how it all goes. So let's just go for it. So we have the ballast. I'm going to just, obviously it comes a point that I can't go much further than here, so I'm going to start around here, so my finger picks up, because I still need to do the rest of it, but I really want to get some on and start giving it a bit of a look. So I'm just gonna, there, and I guess I can keep brushing it if I put too much on and spread it around, but I'm gonna aim between the tracks, is what I understand, and then the extra will be brushed out. So I'll do a section first and then we can work back from there. Make sure that doesn't spill anywhere. Put it aside safely, and then I'll do what my brother showed me, where kind of pack it up into the appropriate areas. So looks like I've put a bit too much on here, but I can brush all this up. At the moment we can't see any sleepers, but they're starting to come through. I can always sweep away anything that's too excessive. I'll be adding shrubbery, so if there's too much on the sides, I'd have a problem with that. There's probably a few of you shouting at the screen, saying that's not how you do it. That's fine. I'm sure you're an expert, I'm not. But you have to have a go at doing things to then make mistakes after that and find out how to do things. But for me, it's kind of exciting, even if it's a simple thing. For some of you, I've been thinking about doing it for, well, ever since getting my railway built up. So, seems to be working alright. What we'll do is try and get nice and close, because you'll see, we'll just wind the camera around. So you can see we've got all the sleepers showing here, and yeah, we've got some bits to look after. So I'll work my way up there, so let's zoom you back a bit, you should be able to see a bit more. There we go, that'd be enough for you, won't it? So you can see where in places I want to call it gravel all the time, but the ballast is sitting on top of sleepers. And I guess that will happen from time to time, but they'd rattle into the easiest place, which would be in between the sleepers. So I've covered the area that I wanted with my ballast, as I've already talked to you about. Just as you always look at things, you're always going to find more, and I guess you just got to go for it, and you can clean up afterwards what you're not happy with. I'm sure with the amount of track that I've got on here, I'm going to spend many hours doing this. But if I just have one little last clean up, I've got a smaller brush for what I might need to. But what I'm going to first do is spray the very liquid water onto the surface, and apparently this helps with surface tension, so it relieves the tension in the water, so it allows it to seep through and take hold. Well, actually the first bit doesn't take hold, it just seeps through. So when we put the PVA glue with the 50-50 mix, then we'll get that going in as well. So I'm going to spray it. Hopefully I don't overspray it, but it's not a lot coming out here, which is, I guess, good. It's enough to get the main areas wet that I want the glue to go on. Okay, and we'll just start with this bit first. Just don't want to drench it too much, because, well, it's going to take longer to dry. So then I get my dropper, and I start on the middle bit first. Make sure I get each bit. I'm going to put that down here. This dropper makes it a lot easier to navigate where the glue's going. And it'll obviously dry clear anyway, it'll be good. If you haven't done this before, it's not as scary as you might be thinking, or maybe it's not scary to any of you and it's only me that's been daunted by it. A bit too much there. I'll just zoom out with the camera a little bit, and let's go this way so you can see more of what I'm doing. The ballast is only thin in between the tracks, so that's a good thing, because it means that I'm probably going to get to what I need to easier. I think that's as far as I got before with the water when I put it on. And now I'm gonna go down to this end, back to the beginning, and run it across the edges. I've been reading, as well as listening to people that do this, say that it takes around 2 to 3 days to dry properly. So I'll find out, but I'm not going to test it. I'm not going to start pushing my luck. But what I will do is do some of the 00 track. I feel like I'm putting too much on here. There's sometimes the expression said that too much is better than not enough. But then also, it's better not to put too much on because you can always apply more. So they're very contradictory things. But it's all simple enough. I'll keep working my way up. There's no point rushing it. I feel like I'm rushing even though I'm trying to take my time. That's like a life thing, isn't it? Oh, a bit too much there by the look of it. It's not going in. I'll leave it alone, it will dry clear anyway. So back to here on the other side. This dropper is quite good because you just squeeze this end. I've got these off eBay. I've got loads of them actually. I only need one or a few, I guess, because they might get worse. But if I knew any of you locally, I'd be happy to donate a few of them. Been putting too much in places, but it's going to soak through and it'll be fine. Okay, I think this is the area that I didn't spray so well. Okay, so let's go a bit closer for the next block. We'll continue where we were. Ballasting wasn't actually that hard in the end. I enjoyed myself with the brushing around. With the 00 area, I'm looking forward to doing that. There's a lot to do, so let's see how that gets on. This is drying at the moment. I can't wait to see how it comes out and I can start working on the rest of the scenics around it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and just enjoy the rest of my videos if it's what you like to see. I'm pleased with what I've done today. I hope you're pleased with what you've seen and that you can get some use from it, and I'll see you next time.